What if I told you there is a healing power out there? A healing power that is patiently waiting for you. It doesn't require you to kneel to some god or to make sacrifices or any such things. It doesn't make any demands. The only thing that is required is that you actually go out into nature, because nature is that healing power. Now, there has been numerous studies on this, and we know, for example, that the trees are releasing some chemicals that make us feel better. And the Japanese, they practice what they call forest bathing, where they walk into the woods to spend time among the trees and in nature, because it is well known that nature has a healing power. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that if you're ill, you shouldn't go to the doctor. If you're ill, you should absolutely go to the doctor. But there is a healing power in nature. We know that you will feel better. You will probably recover faster from many injuries and diseases if you spend time in nature. Mentally, it's very, very healthy. Physically, it's very, very healthy to go out into the woods or some wilderness area and spend time there. In our modern world, we are surrounded by noises, electric smog, radiation, stress, lots and lots of people that we have to relate to in some way all the time. It's not natural to us. So I believe that this healing power that nature has is actually more about us getting back to our natural state. It's more about getting rid of the things that are not natural to us, that cause stress, and instead surrounding ourselves with nature. In nature, we belong in nature. We are nature. Human beings are just another species of animals, and we belong in nature because we are nature. And in this increasingly stressful and complicated world, I think that this message needs to be told. This message needs to be spread among people. It is important. And myself, I spend a lot of time out there in the woods, and I go sailing out on the fjord. And I believe that I'm a much better and healthier person because of that. I believe that we are foolish to think that technology will save us. It is true that technological advances are helping us when it comes to helping sick people and so on and so on. But we tend to forget who we are. We tend to forget that we are nature. And if we try to live separated from nature, we will suffer. I think that this message will become increasingly important in the years to come. I believe that especially the younger generation who grew up with the internet, with a smartphone, they are victims, many of them, to I don't know what to call it, but a separation from nature. I can remember my childhood spending hours, entire days out in the woods. That was quite normal back then. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have mobile phones even. And I, that was wonderful. Get back to nature. Commit to spending time in nature. It's very difficult to explain what happens when you go out in nature and you feel that connection. And if you have never felt that connection before, you have something to look forward to, because it's wonderful. I think that, well, I lack the words to describe it. When you feel that you're part of everything, when you feel that you're not a stranger out in the woods, you belong there. That's when I lack the words to describe it. A connection, a feeling of belonging, and you start understanding what is important and what is not important in life. When you are standing there feeling the roots under your feet, the presence of the trees around you, the wind in the treetops, and you're feeling that connection. That connection is with nature itself. That connection is with who you really are. That connection is with the everything of everything. Rather than trying to explain it so that the human mind can understand, we should try better at connecting with nature, because it is connecting with ourselves, since we are part of nature. I think that we are starting to see the shortcomings of this so-called modern society that we have built up through the generations. And we shall see what becomes of it. We shall see. But no matter what happens, nature will be here. Nature will be here. And we need to protect nature, because yes, nature will be here, but and they say that, the earth will survive. Maybe not the human race, we don't know. But nature will always be here, because it is everything, and it might change, it might become something entirely different. And I would feel a great sorrow if they chop down all these trees, which is something that I have had to experience a few times. So nature will be here in one form or the other. But let's do our best to protect nature, because while we protect nature, we protect ourselves and the coming generations. And I feel that's quite important. Okay, that was a rather talkative video. Hope you enjoyed it. And please take a look at one of the other videos that should pop up here on the end screen. And that's all for now. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.